really potty train in 3 days? Well, the answer is sort of, but not the way most people teach it. I'm going to break down 5 truths about 3-day potty training methods right now, and then you can make your own decision. I'm Andrea Olson, mom of 6, potty training and infant potty training expert, and let's dive in with number 5. 3-day methods create pressure. So there is too much sitting by the clock, too much watching, and too much second guessing. Most toddlers shut down from the intensity of the 3-day bootcamp methods. I really insist that you guys create a calm and consistent rhythm over a possible window of a couple weeks, but generally the parents I work with finish in less than 7 days, but we don't want to pressure it by saying it has to be 3 days. And I really want to insist that you create an environment that you don't have power struggles. Your child learns faster when they aren't overwhelmed. And the truth of the matter is that 3-day methods create pressure. And number 4, most weekend methods stop at pee. I bet you didn't know this, but in a lot of these methods that I've read, poop gets ignored or worse, delayed. Don't worry about it. Let's just pee train them and then poop will come later. That's actually not the case. And in other videos, I've mentioned this too. Constipation, especially hidden constipation, can derail everything. So if we're not addressing poop along with pee, we're making a huge mistake. Many kids leave a 3-day boot camp trained, but still won't poop in the potty. It's like, oh yeah, it's okay if they poop in their diaper. It's fine. But it's not. And I teach the full process, including poop, because it really is important to do both together and not separate it out. Now, what I do recommend separating out is naps and nighttime from daytime, but never, ever, ever poop from pee. Number 3, you need to know that parents get exhausted and usually quit halfway with a 3-day method, and then they come find me or someone else who does something that's less pressure. It's because of the constant prompting and the constant hovering and the waiting for success. It's a lot of pressure like we talked about, but for the parent, managing that, and especially since you've never done this before probably, it makes you want to quit and just go back to diapers because let's face it, diapers are convenient, they're easy, they're awesome. Weekends turn into frustration and regression, probably at least 7 or 8 times out of 10. I think it's important to lead and to take care of yourself in the process. So we're leading the potty training process, but we're also making sure that we prepare ahead of time so that we don't burn out and we observe and we use moving to the potty instead of prompting, hovering, and doing timed sits. We don't want to pressure the process because toddlers are known for resisting any type of pressure, even if it's nonsensical. We want to make potty training and potty independence, which is the bigger overarching goal. We want to make it sustainable, but we also don't want it to be a marathon where we're doing this forever. And it absolutely shouldn't and can't be a sprint because we're going to miss some things. By the way, my free 3-day potty training primer will help you wrap your mind around potty training in an average of 7 days or less without the overwhelm. So the link is in the description for that. If you want to grab it, it's free. And the number 2 truth about 3-day potty training is that most weekend methods ignore your role. And I've said this in other videos, but they expect the child to lead this process and tell you when it's time, but they don't yet have the skills and the capacity and the physical bodily awareness to do that. So we're basically throwing them into this, expecting things that they've never actually learned. All they've ever learned is we go in the diaper and we poo and pee in here. Maybe they've had a little false starts at potty training or whatever, but really they've never learned this process. And the way I like to teach it is by moving the child to the potty physically while they start to go, because that actually teaches directly without words or over explanation or expecting the child to lead it. You're showing them by having them physically placed on there. I go over more of this in my book, but basically this is parent led. You put them into diapers, you get to take them out of diapers, and this is your first wonderful opportunity to lead and for them to follow you. A lot of us raise in a child-led manner. I know I certainly do. I love attachment parenting, responsive parenting, Montessori, all that stuff. But when it comes to potty training, because it's not a natural thing and being in diapers is not a natural thing, we can't really be child-led. At this age, kids learn a lot of skills through the parent leading. Like you're going to teach them how to tie shoes if you choose to do that. You're going to teach them how to do various things that you think that they are capable of doing, like zipping their zipper up. There will be a little bit of involvement from you. Potty training is oftentimes your first chance at that. And number 1, most 3-day boot camps aren't complete. They often leave out important steps. Weekend training absolutely gets the ball rolling, and if you've done it, you've got the ball rolling, but rarely is it complete. Rarely is there any kind of troubleshooting support or like a person behind it who's like, yeah, let me help you through that one little weird problem you're having. So someone who's experienced and can give you advice. So in our Go Diaper Free world and with my Tiny Potty Training Book, we actually fully wrap up in an average of 7 days or less. We don't do bribes. We don't do pressure. Again, grab that free primer below and you'll get a little taste of it. And with our book, we actually give advice because half of my book is troubleshooting. Like you can't go through potty training without your unique child doing something that isn't in the book, like the 3-day method or whatever. And I just want to reiterate this. I do not believe in rushing, but I also do not recommend dragging it out. I think you should pick a plan, do the plan, and definitely choose something that has some support because you probably will get tripped up somewhere along the way. And oftentimes it's a tiny thing that'll get you back on track. Go here for more videos like this.